Good morning, my name is Nicola. We are seated in boats today. After all, we are all in the same boat. Welcome to my channel, Nicola Yoga. I hope that you like this series. I'm going to be doing a Tibetan flow today. So it's advisable if you normally have an intermediate to advanced practice. This normally takes about 20 minutes because I do add some other moves in just to reset the body. So it's basically 5 moves, but we repeat it up to about 21 times. So again, if at any time throughout your practice you only want to do 5 repetitions or 10 repetitions, feel free to be where you are, listening to your body at all times. This is quite an intense flow, however, I find it's really helpful, especially if you might wake up with a little bit of pain in the body. I find after I do these for 15-20 minutes, I have no pain. So this is why I want to share it with you. So we're going to get started. So you may want to have your water handy. We don't need blocks, we don't need straps, we don't need any props. So just ourselves. So welcome and let's get started. Thank you. So our first pose, I call this Wonder Woman or Superman. So welcome, ladies and gents. We're going to raise our arms level with the shoulders, pulling the shoulders back and down, nice open heart. And then it's really important, this pose teaches me breath. So it's really important if you get dizzy to stop. So please listen to your body. So turning from left to right. So we're going to just leaving the arms out where they are. We're just going to turn. So in the Tibetan rites, we do this up to 21 times. But again, like I said in the introduction, if you can only do it 5, do 5. But as you start to turn and you start to get deeper into your practice, the breath is where this becomes important, and that's where we can stop ourselves from becoming dizzy. So we used to practice this as kids, but a lot faster. So yeah, so really listening in and centering in. I think we're about 5 now. And as you turn, as your gaze comes away from you, and then bringing it just a little bit closer as we turn. And in that way, again, you keep your balance, stopping yourself from becoming dizzy. Keeping those shoulders up, arms are up, shoulders are back and down. Breathe deeply now as we go deeper. Keep breathing. And then stop. We're going to bring the hands down by our sides. Feet are hip distance apart. Slight tuck in the pelvis. Shoulders come back and down. You may even flutter the eyes closed or rest with your gaze about 3 or 4 feet ahead. So feeling the energy that you've created with your body, feeling the energy in your palms. Your palms should feel warm here. And breathe. Allowing the body to settle in, feeling heavy in the heels. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today. Setting a sankalpa. if you don't have an intention for your practice today, just asking yourself, what are 3 things that you are grateful for this day? As you find your mind wandering into thoughts, come back to the breath, like calling a small child back from play. A few more breaths here. And then if you flat the eyes closed, just gently open the eyes. We're going to come to the top of our mat. We're going to inhale as we sweep the arms up, palms come together, and then slowly come down as we dive in slowly, mindfully into Uttanasana. Hands come to the mat, allowing the head to become heavy, allow the shoulders to become heavy. Inhale up to halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, bend the knees deeply, coming down into a boar squat. And then allowing your sit bones to come down to the earth. And we're just going to prepare for the next pose. So in this pose, we are doing some work on the core and some work on the legs. So we're going to bring the hands out, pull the shoulders back, coming down onto the back. And then shoulders come away from the ears, palms facing down, feeling supported here. Now we're going to flow with breath, so this is really important. So seeing as the legs are what holds us up, there is strong evidence that having strong legs actually helps our cognition as we get older. So in this pose, we're going to do the leg raises. So we're going to flex the feet. Inhale, take the legs up. So you feel that nice 90-degree angle here. Hands stay down. And then as you inhale up, we just do a little exhale. And then exhale the legs down all the way. Again, inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. And keep going, following your own flow and pace of breath. And again, if you can only do 5, do 5. If you can do 10, do 10. The aim is 21 in the Tibetan Rites. Again, listen to your body. Last one. And lower down. Bring the knees in towards the chest. And then nice massage of that sacral spine as we circle the knees one way. And then circle the knees the other way. And then from here we're going to come into Happy Baby or Ananda Balasana. So holding on to either the heels of the feet or the soles of the feet. However, if you're not there yet, you can hold on to the hamstrings and just bring your knees out towards your shoulders. So ideally, the ankles are above the knees. But again, if you're not there yet, that's okay too. Listening to your body. And then once you're in the position that works for you, just maybe rocking from side to side, massaging out the lower organs, massaging out your kidneys, small and large intestines. Arms can be either on the outside of the calves or on the inside, whatever works for you, depending on where your shoulders are at, if you have sore shoulders. And then from here, we're just going to cross over the legs, holding onto the outside of both feet. We're going to raise the feet up, coming into a rock and roll. Using the legs as a little bit of a pivot here. And then coming up to seated. And from here, we're just going to roll the legs around as we come into our Ustrasana or camel pose. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. So in Ustrasana, you can either have your hands on your thighs. So imagining that your legs are right up against the wall. So you feel that nice straight line with the body, slight tuck in the pelvis, and you can have your hands on your lower thighs. Make fists here, or hands facing down, shoulders pull back and down. Or you can go into full extension of the pose. So I'll do 3 to 5 in the first way, and then I'll show you the deeper way of doing it. So starting with our fists just above the buttocks on our lower sacral spine, shoulders pull back and down, slight tuck in the pelvis, slight tuck in the chin, or you can extend the neck back as long as you don't have any neck issues. So inhale, arch back, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And then we're going to go deeper, hands face down, nice opening in the chest, exhale. Or you can bring the hands all the way down to the thighs. Or you can bring the hands, so tucking under the toes, bring the hands to the heels, and then nice opening in the chest. Inhale and exhale. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So from here, coming into child's pose, so knees come mat distance apart, big toes come together at the back of your mat, sit bones come down to the heels, and then walking the hands out in front. And don't forget to breathe. So a balasana or child's pose. So we're going to be here for just 3 to 4 breaths. Resetting the nervous system, resetting the spine. Okay, from here we're going to walk the hands up to the knees. We're going to swing the legs around. And coming into Dandasana or seated staff pose. As you can see, I've got my legs out today. It's 30 odd degrees outside with a humidity level which is quite a bit higher. So, okay, so flexing the feet. I'm going to shimmy shake those glutes away from the earth. We're going to inhale as we sweep the hands back level with the hips. Nice tall straight spine, nice tuck in the chin here. So from here we're going to come from Dandasana into reverse tabletop. So inhale, engage the core. Exhale as we bend the knees, coming onto the feet, and then coming up to reverse tabletop. Now if you don't have any neck or shoulder issues, you can go into full extension, and then slowly coming back down. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale for 2. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Now again, if you can only do 5, do 5. If you can only do 10, do 10. Listening to your body. 7, 8, 9, and 10. 11. We're over halfway. 12, 13, and 14, 15. Listening to your body. If you need a break, take a break. Give yourself permission. 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Relax. Roll the wrists one way. And then roll the wrists the other way. Maybe bringing the feet into Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet come together, knees fall out to the sides, linking the hands, and then taking the hands about an inch back from the baby toe. Again, nice tall straight spine here. Maybe flattering the eyes closed as you need. Slight tuck in the chin, or gaze about 3 or 4 feet ahead, so allowing some internal reflection here. And breathe. Slight opening in the hips. And then from here, releasing the bind, we're going to cross over the legs or swing the legs around. Stretching the arms out in front. And then slowly, mindfully engaging the core as we roll over onto the knees. We're coming to our last Tibetan rite. So, fingers are spread out like a starfish, hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. At hip distance apart, grounding down between the forefinger, the thumb and the pinky finger, feeling the 4 corners of the pads of the palms of the hands, so slight curl in the fingertips, like you would see a crab on a beach. We're going to curl under the toes and then push the hips up towards the ceiling, coming into downward facing dog. Now feet are still hip distance apart. And then this is quite a simple pose, which you can also use instead of a full chaturanga if you want to change it up a little bit. So again, if you have shoulder issues, this can be a little bit more helpful than going all the way down to the plank and then down to the floor through that chaturanga. So you can always modify to this pose, which makes it a little bit easier on the shoulder. But I like it because it's a nice opening in the shoulders here. So inhale, gaze forward, coming through to plank, and then pull the shoulders back, allow the hips to become heavy, and then coming through to upward facing dog. So staying high on the toes, And then exhale, coming back through. So if you need to micro bend the knees, listen to your body. So again, inhale, exhale, and slowly exhale back through. So following your own flow and pace of breath. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. 10. 11. And then I'm going to start counting backwards. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. And 2. And 1. Bring the knees down. Coming into seed pose or a form of child's pose. As we bring the knees together, sit bones come back to the heels. Allowing the forehead to come down to the earth, and then bringing the hands or arms down beside you. Taking some nice long deep breaths here. And let it go. Now feel free to stay in your child's pose or flip over into Shavasana and stay there as long as you need. So if you're going into Shavasana, feet come to mat distance apart, allowing the feet to come out to the sides, lying down on your back, allowing your shoulders to come away from your ears, and then palms facing up and open to receive. Taking some nice long deep breaths as you reset the body, reset the nervous system, and reset the spine. Nice long deep breaths. I would like to thank you for joining in my practice today. I hope you enjoyed this flow. If you did, please press the thumbs up in the corner there and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting regularly every Tuesday. However, whilst we are in lockdown, I will be doing some extra videos, so I hope that you will join me. And I would like to just come slowly into press. We're going to inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale down through heart center. Maybe tucking the chin, maybe fluttering the eyes closed, or if you're not comfortable, resting at a gaze about 2 or 3 feet ahead. Again, nice tall straight spine, grounding down through the sit bones in whichever comfortable position in seated you wish, Sukhasana or half lotus or lotus, your choice. Again, inhale the hands up overhead and down through heart center. May be happy, may be healthy, May you be peaceful. May you awaken to the light of your one true nature. Namaste. Honoured to have you join in my practice. I'll see you again soon.